Hello, everybody, and welcome to Long Island Visual Professionals. Awesome demo. We've been waiting so long to see this Hololens device. Microsoft has been working on it for, I think we heard it out about 4 years ago, and it's finally here. And we get this great opportunity, and we get the Microsoft team to show it off to us. So thank you all for coming. And first, let me explain these little numbers that I see all on the floor. So if you dropped your number, there's a 24 over here. So someone's missing a 24. We can figure that out later. You do not have to wear the numbers. What's going to happen tonight is Microsoft's going to give us about an hour-long demo, after which we're going to put the house lights up. And based on those numbers, you get an opportunity to try one of the HoloLens on. We have 3 of them tonight. Okay? The demos are a little less than 5 minutes. So I have a feeling like all of you will have a great opportunity to get a chance to use them, okay? First off, has anybody ever heard of Lipsky's Law? You ever heard of Lipsky's Law? You know what Lipsky's Law states? Lipsky's Law states if Murphy's Law can go wrong, it will. And so it did. I'm sick. What are you gonna do? But I've got adrenaline pumping, so I might sound a little nasally or something, I apologize. But I am so psyched to be here tonight, and we've been waiting so long for this device to come out. You can now buy these retail. And this is, in 2016, we saw virtual reality hit the market, right? And we all got excited. We went over to the Microsoft store and tried on the HTC Vive. And in the industry, they call 2016 year 1 for VR. And now what's happening? It's 2018. We're starting to see jobs for creative people, right? I saw one the other day in Farmingdale. They're looking for an animator. This is a healthcare company. And they're looking for animators because they're creating these apps to cure phobias in VR. So it took 2 years for someone to figure out how to have return on investment in VR. Well, they say 2018 is year 1 for AR. Okay, this is year 1, so think about it. We're just at the beginning. So we're going to see some awesome demos. We're going to see, what is literally the first cordless AR device that's out there. But 2 years from now, we're going to be seeing the most awesome applications. Who knows what's going to happen with this stuff? But this is the tip of the iceberg, and I'm just really excited about that. As most of you know, I'm sure all of you know, I started a program here at 5 Towns in computer graphics. And I'm completely psyched because I know when my students graduate in 4 years, they're going to be creating content for this device. And they'll be getting jobs creating content for this device. Same as they'll be getting jobs creating content for virtual reality. I'm looking at a couple of my students now in the seatings. So anyway, that's my little speech on VR and now AR and how exciting it's going to be. A little housekeeping for Long Island Visual Professionals. I didn't post it yet. I'll post it tomorrow. December 20th, we're going to have a holiday party at the Huntington Launchpad. It will be a combination of all the meetups. So it's like the JavaScript meetup, Salesforce meetup, a whole bunch of Joomla meetup. So that's going to be December 20th, okay, at the Huntington Launchpad. We are looking for volunteers. Erica's bringing her chocolate candy. So if anybody wants to volunteer, I'll put it in the information on the meetup. Just shoot me an email, and looking for as much help as we can get. So that's enough. That's all I have to say. We're going to let Tess take over from here and enjoy the presentation.
All right. Hello, everyone. My name is Tess. I am the learning specialist at the Huntington Station Walt Whitman Shops Microsoft store. And my job at Microsoft is to train my team and businesses on Microsoft technology. When we found out about HoloLens and that it was finally coming to market, I actually got a trip to Redmond, got to meet the HoloLens team, and was told about how amazing this technology is. I'm super excited to be here today to tell you guys about this awesome technology. I would like to introduce the person who's going to be on stage with me in a minute. Christian, come on up. And Christian is our business expert at the Huntington Station store. Tell him what to do.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
It's awesome to be here. I'm actually a alumni from Five Talents, graduated back in 2009. So it feels good to be back in my old stomping grounds. But yes, I'm the business expert at Microsoft at Walt Whitman in Huntington. So my responsibilities are to acquire and assist SMB, so that's small and medium-sized businesses, and also large corporations as well, with any kind of technology solutions that they're looking for. So I'm happy that you guys invited us in. I'm super excited to demo some cool stuff to you guys. I'm sure you guys are too. So.
Awesome. All right. So we'll begin in just a second. I do want to just very quickly plug our store. Please visit the Microsoft store at Walt Whitman Shops. We're there so that you can experience all Microsoft technology. In fact, the other two people we brought here today are Dana, who's our community development specialist. If you meet her while we do live demos, she's the person who organizes all events for our store and organizes offsites like today. She brings us out, she makes us work in the community, she makes us volunteer. Great team member to have, and so somebody to know if you want to work with our store. And then Dan Weiss, who is the head of business at our store. He's the person who works with Christian, and together they work with small to medium businesses, creating business solutions. So if you have not visited the store or brought your business to our store, that's where we have Dan and Christian who help build solutions. I do training, Dana runs the events. And between the three of us on the specialist team and Christian as an expert, we're able to take care of any business needs. So please come visit if you haven't. All right, I'm gonna get started.
Awesome.
We're gonna switch to my PowerPoint. All right. It's going to switch over to the PowerPoint on here. Awesome. All right, so mixed reality at Microsoft. Mixed reality is the spectrum of devices that you can use that bring computing and the real world together. So we're going to talk about mixed reality at Microsoft. It's an entire field that we are trying to broaden and make more as part of the real world. The future is going to be dominated by hybrid devices capable of augmenting the world around us. Alex Kipman. Alex Kipman is the head of Hololens and was the head of the Kinect camera with the Xbox. The Kinect camera was one of the first devices to be able to scan the environment and be able to add digital objects in. When the Kinect first came out, people were like, oh, I can be a Jedi. And that's where this starts. So it does start with something like a Kinect camera, but now we have the HoloLens, and that's Alex Kipman saying we're going to be using augmented reality going forward. So what is mixed reality? And then introducing the HoloLens. Besides these two subjects, that's what my PowerPoint goes over. We will see some videos showing off some of the pillars of HoloLens, where it's going to be used here in the real world. And then we're going to go into a live demo with Christian, and he'll show you how to use the gestures, how to use the device, how it's going to be used in the real world, using gaze, gestures, and scanning this real space. So let's start with a video. All right, and
it just came through in the performance.
I'm going to try that video one more time. And this is the HoloLens.
Microsoft HoloLens brings holograms into your real world. Using transparent lenses, spatial sound, and an understanding of your environment, holograms look and sound like they're actually part of the world around you. That is mixed reality. With Microsoft HoloLens, holograms are viewed through the holographic frame centered in the middle of your view. This preserves your peripheral vision, so you can move freely and connect and collaborate with people around you. Holograms in mixed reality don't block out what you can see and hear. This enables you to engage with digital content and tools alongside the objects in your real world. Holograms can be world-locked in a physical location, so you can walk around them, or they can travel with you. You can even hear them in 3D with spatial sound. Microsoft HoloLens is the world's first fully untethered, self-contained holographic computer. With the mixed reality experience of HoloLens, you can stay in the real world and interact with real people as you simultaneously explore 3D in 3D.
Awesome. Are you guys excited? Fantastic. All right, so we're about to talk about mixed reality. What is mixed reality? Mixed reality is where I can see the physical world, I can use the physical world, I can get data from this physical world, how we experience it as people, and my computer can actually understand what I'm experiencing. It understands things like temperature, physical spaces, surface scanning, understands that this is a table, understands that the lights are this level of brightness. And mixed reality is going to be able to understand the physical world and transform that data, rather transforming that data to bring back to a computer screen, or to take that computer screen and let me see it here in the real world. And then once I see that digital information, can I see it here in the real world? See it brought to life, have it feel physical. And that's what holograms are going to allow us to do, but it's what mixed reality is. And mixed reality is a spectrum. So we're going to talk about where we are and what else is available, and how that spectrum of mixed reality is can affect your computing. With mixed reality, we're expecting it to revolutionize the way we do business. With mixed reality, we want auto manufacturers to visualize their vehicles and prototypes before actually building them. The costliness of building, or going from a 3D model that's only so big to seeing it in real life as if it was real without actually building and developing it. And we've actually seen our partners at Volvo literally do this. Product designers will be able to experience 3D models of their products without printing or making the physical models. Doctors will be able to take real-time data from their patients and see it in 3D. When you take real-time data visualization, being able to take your scan and in no time at all see it on 3D on your headset as if it was right there, so that you're able to get more information. So what is Microsoft's proposition in mixed reality? What do we think about it? Mixed reality will be at the core of a digital transformation. Digital transformation is bringing together the relationship between three concepts: reinvent productivity and business processes, build the intelligent cloud platform, and create more personal computing. Mixed reality platforms and devices are key drivers of each of these elements of digital transformation. Perhaps most importantly is to ask for digital transformation is, how is your business being digitally transformed? What technology do you need to see yourself in the future? And how is your business model being transformed? So when we talk about the intelligent cloud, fueled by the intelligent edge, devices, sensors, sensor fabric, mobile devices, devices with human interfaces, these are the intelligent edge. Three attributes define these evolutions: the multiple devices, the AI, and the serverless computation. The first, moving from a world of single devices to a world of multiple devices. This is true from personal computing and the devices we connect with. This is also true of personal computing and the devices we connect with in our work and lives every day. It's also true of the factory floor or a hospital because of the proliferation of sensors and IoT devices. Developers require platforms that connect all of these devices. Those sensors are everything from knowing that a door is opened or that a spill has occurred, what the pH of a room is, what the ambient information is, so that I know that an area is safe or unsafe, or an area, all the doors are locked or unlocked, for my security, for my safety, for being able to see that information. So we add sensors more and more into our real world, creating an intelligent edge. those devices that tell us that a door is locked or unlocked, or that a spill has occurred, maybe they're giving that information up to the cloud. When they are giving that information up to the cloud, devices like Hololens and Microsoft and our cloud are able to tell you about that, giving you that information in real time about your hospital, your workplace, your factory floor. So mixed reality. Some of you have been to our store and experienced the HTC Vive, and if you have, then you've experienced virtual reality. And if you've been into our store lately, you might have also gotten to try augmented reality. Virtual reality is the experience of being completely closed off with an opaque lens to be able to see a virtual world. It's often used, at least on the consumer level, for video games. Augmented reality. Augmented reality means that I can still see the real world and see it augmented with digital information, whether that's adding a digital object or seeing a digital screen or being able to have a conversation with somebody through my lens. Windows Mixed Reality has immersive headsets that are completely closed off, and that's virtual reality. There's also Windows Mixed Reality for holographic headsets that require that they're see-through. That's the HoloLens. Depending on where you land, you'll need a device in one of these 4 quadrants. Either you need to see the physical world, or maybe you don't. If you can, you might be good with just digital reality. That's where Windows Mixed Reality and virtual reality headsets live. Maybe you need a portable experience, in which case you're looking for a device that's fully self-contained. A portable experience like the HoloLens is available. Maybe you need desktop performance, in which case the device you should be looking at is going to be tethered like the VRs are today, because you need desktop performance from your computer. But for those who are looking for a completely self-contained experience and to be able to see the real world around them, along with seeing their computer, that's where the HoloLens lives. That's its quadrant. This is the mixed reality spectrum of devices. We see that there's going to be a huge explosion of consumer headsets into the augmented reality sphere. In 2020, we expect to see 76 million people have adopted augmented reality. So the next computing paradigm is here. I keep thinking it's a touchscreen. I'm so used to touchscreens. So the market opportunity. The IDC forecasts that head-mounted displays, or HMDs, to reach 76 million units by 2020, growing at 65% from today. That's 7 times the growth of a market through 2020. Gartner forecasts that HMDs to grow by 40 million by 2020, with a growth market of 140%. Experiences on physical and digital reality spectrum are expected to develop massively for the next 5 to 10 years. Our ultimate goal at Microsoft will be that Windows Mixed Reality is the hardware and software deliver a converged and seamless user experience. So if you're going to be going to mixed reality, you'll be going to Windows Mixed Reality. So how does mixed reality mean for your business? Through mixed reality, Microsoft is empowering every company to create, problem solve, and collaborate in 3D, where our screens today are 2D. The fact is they are. We're looking at a screen. With HoloLens, with mixed reality headsets, with devices that are head-mounted, I want to be able to see the real world in 3D and get real scans from that. So we're seeing this being the shift in computing. We wanted to reduce timelines, costs, create more accurate solutions with better previewed capabilities, bring customers closer to products at all stages of buying journey, and improve team communication and collaboration through the high-fidelity digital rendering. All right, and that brings us to HoloLens. Awesome. So let's talk about HoloLens. What is the HoloLens? The HoloLens is the first self-contained holographic computer enabling you to interact with the high-definition holograms in your world. A fully untethered experience. HoloLens needs no external wires, markers, cameras nor a connection to a phone or a PC so that you are literally untethered. HoloLens runs Windows 10, the premier platform to connect, work, and play in mixed reality. The HoloLens vision is redefined productivity with these core pillars. Bring ideas to life with 3D holograms. Experience collaborative computing, meaning I can call you and have you see through my eyes. Let's really collaborate. I want you to see what I see. Let's work heads up and hands free. We'll go into this pillar, but a big part of computing is that right now, I hold my computer. Imagine I don't hold my computer, both hands are free for safety, so that it can be used in the workforce. And bring the holographic computing power with you wherever you go, as holograms are the future. This goes back into more into the HoloLens, but it is untethered. All of the computing is built onto the device itself. It has advanced built-in sensors. It has cameras, and we'll show this off when Christian's on stage. It has cameras that are literally scanning the space. What that means is that it's surface scanning. It knows that this is a table and where this surface lives. It knows how far away the floor is from me. It can literally scan the space. I can also create a hologram and give it placement here in the real world. When you place a hologram in the real world, it's like it lives there as if it was a physical object. So if I take off my HoloLens, I pack it away for the day, I put it back on the next day, that hologram still lives there because it remembers the room and it's scanned the room and it's added my digital content here into the room with me. Some of the other advanced built-in sensors are that it has 3D sound, spatial sound. This is something where, once again, speaking of what jobs will come again, we need sound engineers for the 3D sound. To be able to really physically feel like I'm in an experience of three-dimensional sound that's being brought down to my ears, as if I'm really there. Transparent lenses, meaning that I can still see the real world while getting to see a digital world on top of it. Custom holographic processing unit. This is actually the only device right now with an HPU. Microsoft made its own processor for the HoloLens called the holographic processing unit. And it understands gestures and gaze so that I can look at a device, look at an item, and it will know where I'm looking. It'll see my gestures of my hands, so I don't need another computer to communicate with it. And spatial sound. That's that 3D sound. There are 6 operational use cases for why a HoloLens would be useful. Heads up, hands free. Data visualization, spatial mapping and planning, remote collaboration and assistance, 3D modeling and product design, and simulated training. So let's go in and see where those will be useful. Heads up, hands free. The world around you is your screen. See your content in your environment, anywhere you want it to. We're going to see an example by one of our partners, ThyssenKrupp. ThyssenKrupp had a challenge. Reduce the downtime of maintained elevators and give engineers access to the best practices while on the job. So the solution and approach, develop 3D maintenance planning and training and dashboard where employees can consume visualization of elevators and components with supplemental training content. So where does mixed reality truly transform this experience? Real-to-life simulation of hands-on experiences. Seamless knowledge transfer of maintenance scenarios. And I am pulling up the video. 1 second.
Build stair lifts, but staircases are all unique, and that makes it very hard to find one stair lift which fits all. Each and every stair lift needs to be customized to make a perfect fit. A chairlift allows our customers to access all floors of their home and be mobile in their own environment.
selling, manufacturing, and then installation. It all takes quite a while. People need a quick solution. With Hololens, we started saying, let's look how we can measure stairs differently so it's quicker.
Microsoft HoloLens is a fully self-contained wearable holographic computer. It enables you to interact with your digital content and projects high-definition 3D holograms into the world all around you.
Once we got the hand on the HoloLens, it was an eye-opener for us. You just put the HoloLens on, and then you scan the staircase, and then start to measure every step. HoloLens guides you through the process.
But that was just the very beginning. We realized that the HoloLens is not just another methodology of measuring a staircase, but is actually performing digital data capturing to the cloud.
With the Azure cloud, we are actually able to transport all the data gathered by the HoloLens to our customer database and our accounting systems in real time and forward it to the manufacturing site where you start production. That is a completely new use. Delivering a product with HoloLens, we could become up to 4 times faster.
We can show the animation like, hey, this is your personal stair lift. With the HoloLens, we can provide that solution faster, and it will actually make the customer's life better. We're getting more and more connected with each other, right? And the HoloLens will play a major role in this connectivity.
There's plenty of potential, and whomever we discuss this with comes up with a new idea, and that's what's so great about it.
With this partnership with Microsoft, ThyssenKrupp will transform homes to make life better. That is a game changer.
Okay, and I'm back to my PowerPoint. Awesome. So, just to reiterate, who wouldn't want to be 4 times faster in what they do in their business? That's kind of cool. What you saw there was heads-up, hands-free, and being able to scan an area and get real data about the area. Being able to scan, map, measure that area so that they could then build those elevators to bring you up the stairs. All right, data visualization. Visualize contextual data while collaborating, annotating, and updating in real time. So we're going to see how do we use data visualization. Now, my favorites of these is when we talk about how do hospitals use it. Imagine being able to take your scans, your MRI, your CT scans of your I think in a store mindset, customers, of your patient. Take your patient's data, personalized to your patient, and see it in 3D. That's real-time data visualization. Now we're going to watch a video that talks to why is that awesome. And I believe it's University College London. So University College London was using real-time data visualization. Their challenge, they wanted a seamless integration of pulling raw CT scans out of a body structure and to link these scans to holographic patient cases. The solution, an approach. The Peach Reality Project created an application for caretakers to view, create, and modify existing holographic patient cases and invite colleagues to collaborate on certain cases. They made a universal app delivered on the HoloLens, annotations on 3D CT images.
Peach is essentially a collaboration between University College London Hospital and University College London. And the aim is to bridge that gap between research and clinical practice, and not just within one institution, but throughout the whole of the NHS.
This year, thanks to NHS Digital, we have approximately 86 projects. Currently 8 are mixed reality using the HoloLens.
Everything we know about how we interact with data, how we interact with patients, is limited by the technology we had before. What we're doing is exploring new ways of working. Surgeons and most people aren't trained to look at CT data, which is just layer after layer cuts through the body, and it's very difficult to equate that with the person they're operating on, the 3D model. So what we're trying to do is make that whole process a bit easier.
At the moment, we're focusing on developing the actual pipeline from CT scans to 3D models.
We've got machine learning, organ segmentation, so it automatically extracts the kidneys from CT scans and then delivers it to Peach. Having that presented gives the surgeon a good idea of what approach to take to surgery and whether it's feasible or not. What it'll do for a patient is to inform them of what their tumor is like and gives them an insight into their own body. The essence of every project is that it's open source. So what we want is a living repository that people continue to contribute to and will support from around the UK and probably the world as well.
So that was real-time data visualization, which, depending on your area, you'll be able to scan, get data from your environment, scans from your patient, scans of a structure, and be able to take that data and get readings from it. Now, spatial mapping and planning, because of the cameras that are built onto the HoloLens, it is literally able to map an area. So we made, at Microsoft, the Microsoft Layout app. This is literally going to scan an area, take measurements, be able to export those measurements so that you're able to then bring it back to your computer and build whatever you've scanned or added to a room. So we're going to try out Microsoft Layout. No? There we go.
Paired. Share your designs with others.
Do you have time to take a look at this floor plan?
All right, let's have a look. And save time by making decisions together.
Great. Thanks for the quick work.
With Microsoft Layout, you can design faster, share your work with others, and experience your designs in mixed reality, so you can break new ground with confidence.
Now, Microsoft Layout is the app that Christian's going to display here to show you that we will actually map this area. It literally measures and gives us that information back to our computers. We use this with Lowe's. Customers were looking to visualize as they build their dream homes, and so we saw bringing the furniture and items of Lowe's into their actual environment. So Lowe's, with spatial mapping and planning, wanted to deliver a highly personalized experience that allowed a customer to envision the remodeling of a kitchen with actual dimensions from their home. So Lowe's and Microsoft developed a demonstration in mixed reality that allowed customers to walk through designs, finishes, appliances, removing the guesswork from their home renovation process. 3D visualization of all the plans and data, and make informed decisions knowing an environment has true spatial mapping. All right. The other pillar or case use for using HoloLens is remote collaboration and assistance. I want you to see through my eyes. We saw it briefly in that last video, but we're going to see it in one more. And this is the app. This is the experience that I love getting to plug. This is the one NASA uses. So when NASA's like, I want you to see through my eyes, because I'm up in space and I really need you to know what I'm looking at.
No matter where you work or what you do, collaboration is the key to success. When challenges arise, you need the right people with the right expertise. But bringing people together isn't always easy, and travel is not always an option. With Microsoft Remote Assist, help is always a moment away. With a window into your world, backed by enterprise-level security, your team can collaborate with shared perspective, anytime, anywhere.
Bonjour, Amy. How can I help you?
We're having some issues with our machine in C5. I could really use your help again.
We just updated the manual for these.
Great.
This looks like an electrical issue.
I've never seen that before. Have you?
I think the Osaka plant had the same problem. Haruto's an expert on this.
Oh, yeah. Let's bring him into the call.
Hey there.
Hey, Haruto.
What's going on?
Well, we're having some issues here. Do you think it's this component?
Our issue was the charging relay.
Okay, I'll try that.
Can you try this?
Okay, that's a problem right there.
Even though you might be a world apart, you can solve problems together.
That worked.
Used to be good to go now.
Great. Thanks for the help, you two.
See ya.
By bringing digital content and mixed reality annotations into your world, and connecting people across devices, you can get the help you need to solve difficult problems faster.
Remote Assist will also sync over our cloud, Azure, which gives it a level of high security to be used in business. This will sync with your Skype for Business accounts so that you're able to call across company, which is also a secure, encrypted way to communicate. Being able to share files over OneDrive for Business so that you're able to get those files and see what they saw in real time. So that was Remote Assist. And then 3D modeling and product design. This one's the easiest to understand. You made a really cool 3D model on your computer. Wouldn't you like to see it in real life? Now you can. So Volvo did this. Volvo wanted to see their cars without having to print every car, because what if it got scrapped? So we're going to make a 3D model of that car and then be able to let our customers see it. If they love it, we'll build it.
Volvo is really a human-centric company. That's the core focus of everything we've done in terms of the products we develop, but also the way we interact with their customers. All people know that we stand for safety, but Volvo is so much more. HoloLens helps us to push the envelope on innovation for our customers.
The HoloLens is a device that you put on your head, and it doesn't intrude in any of the things you do, but it also extends the realities around you.
You can do something you could never do before. You can see the soul of the car. You can strip the body out and stay with the skeleton, and you can play around with it.
The HoloLens can allow our customers to see features, colors, options. So rather than working on the computer, seeing things, you can be part of the experience.
No one understands how car sensors actually works today. Through the HoloLens, you can see how the car perceives you. And then you give me as a human being the vantage point of a sensor. It helps to build a much better trust in this type of systems.
For example, you see a car coming in front of you. The car has features that could aid in that situation. We have a lot of features that we don't necessarily want you to experience it all, but it's part of our proposition. You're buying into the safest car brand in the world.
One of the great things that was said to us by Volvo when we started this was that Volvo loves technology, but only if it makes people's lives simpler. Microsoft HoloLens lets people take imagination and make it real, much more efficiently and in a much more collaborative manner.
HoloLens will not only help us in the car buying process at the dealership, it can evolve into many areas. We think there are many alternative applications of this tool in the future, and Volvo clearly has an aspiration to break out of the pack.
It's cool. It's way cool.
All right, so let's just make sure that's paused. And then simulation training. Training is one of those things that when you read it in a book, but then getting to try it in real life, trying it in real life is better training. So how do we make that safe as possible? Simulation training with things like HoloLens help with this. So the CAE Healthcare said, what we see in this generation of learners is that they come to the classroom with a different set of skills, eager to interact with technology, eager to be immersed into their learning environment. And with this healthcare company, they wanted to simulate training for their doctors and nurses so that they would see real patients. With that, they improved their training solutions to maintain their competitive edge, designed new ultrasound training simulators where medical students can interact and examine 3D anatomy inside the body of a physical mannequin. Truly interactive and 3D experience for the medical students. Real-time manipulation of digital anatomical parts anchored and on the evaluation table. Okay, they took away my video. So, simulated training so that you can actually experience without actually going into the field. Now we're going to try it out with Christian and the HoloLens. First, as Christian grabs it, we're going to talk a little bit about the gestures you'll use. When you have the HoloLens on, you're going to see a field of view about this big. That field of view is the lens showing you the digital information. So while it's not from 180 degrees, it is meant to give you the holographic experience from this field of view. Now, if you can't see all four corners of your field of view, what you're going to do is you're going to bring it down or up on your face, because that's where the lenses are. It can be worn with glasses, no problem. The two gestures that you need to know to open up the menu is to open your hand in a balloon so that your fingers are together, and then open them up, brings up or closes the menu. There's a dot in the middle of your field of view when you use the HoloLens. So the dot will be hovered over an item, and to then pick an item, you're going to make an L shape with your fingers, and you're going to bring them together. This is known as a click, like a click on your mouse. Okay? I'm going to switch to our HoloLens. All right, turned on. All right, so the dot in the middle of his field of view is right now hovering over different items in the menu. That start menu looks like a Windows start menu. Now Christian's going to open up Microsoft Layout because he's actually going to scan this area. Wherever the middle of his field of view is, that's where the dot or cursor will hover over. And that's what you will, when you get your turns, follow along with. He's going to place that hologram here in the real world, and then click one more time with that L-shaped click to select. It'll load, and then it's going to move on. The apps or holograms, you're hearing the same spatial sound he's hearing. It'll follow him around until he places it. Awesome. And you're going to start a new layout.
Let's create a new layout. To get started, go to the middle of your layout and then select Start. Great! Let's start with the floor. Gaze at an open area on the floor, and when you see the green plus sign, air tap to select it.
So that click, also known as an air tap. Now he's built a floor.
Make sure to look at a clear section of the ceiling.
This is his digital floor for his digital design. That can be exported later.
Looks like the ceiling is too high. No problem. We'll just add a virtual ceiling for you to work with. Excellent. The ceiling is ready to go. To redo it, select back. Now we'll scan your walls. Gaze at a wall and select the green plus sign. This time, you'll need to select 2 points, one at either end of the wall. Okay, now gaze and select a spot at the other end of the wall.
So he's mapping the room. No, he's over there. I see Christian.
Good.
I'm not going to hide back here, so.
All right, your first wall is ready. If you want to redo it, select the wall and then select delete. Now let's scan the next wall. Move to another wall, then gaze and select 2 points, just like before. Perfect.
This app was developed by Microsoft so that we could get people off the ground scanning and mapping their areas. This is going to be great for people in the design fields, as well as adding any digital objects you build and seeing them here in the real world.
Okay, great. If you'd like, go ahead and scan more walls. Otherwise, we'll fill in the gaps to finish up your layout. That's it. All done. If everything looks good, select Finish. Remember, if you want to make adjustments to a wall, just select it to redo it. Have fun designing your space.
I think we're done, right?
Yeah.
All right, then.
Once you finish scanning a space, we have some digital objects pre-made for this app. However, your objects can be added in.
Quick look around and make sure your tapping on the wall. Once you're happy with the layout, tap Finish on the menu.
Looks good?
Perfect to me.
Awesome. All right, so that's layout number 4. That's what it's been named. He's going to reopen that. So now he can add digital objects. So why don't we add something that's right here next to me? Your choice.
Maybe something from the living room. How's that sound?
Awesome.
All right, there you go. Maybe a nice couch.
As-
How about this plant?
So Christian's going to design me an entire living room, apparently, which I'm excited about.
I'm getting into the design business, as you can see.
And you get some options on the side to resize and make bigger any item. Anything that you change to your digital object, you can then read later on your computer to say how big an item should be, or stretched out. And if you like an item, you can copy and add more. All right. Ooh. That's because his floor is at my levels. Are you making a couch? Cool. All right.
So we get this back over there to the wall. There you go. Very big couch. All right, leave it there.
Now, do you want to try opening up the start menu? So with that bloom gesture,
Yep, so you're gonna take your fist like this. It's like the way a flower blossoms. Like that. Oh, hold on. Well, that didn't work out that well for me. Hold on. Hold on. I think let me just move this out the way. All right. This way.
Yeah, why are you so aggressive?
Slowly. There you go. There you go. Got
Is
it.
that the equivalent of like a home gesture?
Yeah, it's like to go back, yeah.
Yeah.
Home gesture.
and so that's all your fingers together and then all your fingers open to bring you the home menu. So if you want to go over to all apps and just see what other apps are available.
All right, let's do the Galaxy. That's what I want to do.
All right, and it sounds like Christian wants to explore the Galaxy, one of our educational apps. So he's going to place that app here in the real world, just like the other app is still placed in the real world. And then he's going to launch it. Cool.
Let's start your journey by hitting the earth in the center of your room. Great. This is our home. But we are a small part of the bigger picture, which is a small
these are some of the apps that are available on the HoloLens. I'm going to take it out of live stream mode.
The central structure of our Milky Way galaxy is also known.
Can I see the HoloLens? We're going to now start demos. Before we start the demos, I'm just going to point out some things about the lens itself. The HoloLens is this part right up here at the front. It does have a piece that can rest on your nose. However, because it's about 1 pound in weight, it really doesn't have to rest on your nose. The inner ring is what's connected to your head. The inner ring is what's going to tighten on. And that means that I can actually have this free float off of my face. It should not be heavy. So as you try these out, please ask us. We'll readjust it. Almost everyone has had to try it on twice, because they'll put it on the first time thinking, I got this. And then they're like, I need to readjust. It hurts. It's okay. But we don't want this to rest on the bridge of your nose. It can float off of your face. This is the part that connects to your head, the inner ring. That's what we're going to connect on to you guys. On the outside edge of it is also where all of the cameras and sensors are, and that's what's looking for your fingers. Your fingers do not have to actually reach out and hold any of the apps. They literally just need to be in your field of view. So your hand can be at a comfortable angle. This is the gesture for air tap or click. This is the gesture to open the menu. I believe that's about it. Yeah. So we'll start going into that order. You're going to organize them?
Yes.
Awesome.
Okay.
Thank you. Christian. High five. Christian. You're awesome.
Guys doing an awesome job. Okay, so everybody should have that number, right? Let's be on the honor system here. Line up, we have 3 headsets. We're gonna get to try it on. I think the demos are a little less than 5 minutes, we said. And we're gonna try to get you all in, so come on down. Oh, also, where we put the cookies? There we go. Andrew bought some cookies for us, so if you guys are interested in some cookies while you're waiting to try the HoloLens on. I guess let's have 1 line here, 1 line there, and maybe we'll move a few chairs here and have a line in the middle. So if you're number 1, come up here. Okay, who's number 1? Who's number 2? Who's number 3? I feel like I'm at a circus. Number 3, here we go. Michael. Who's 4? 5. Hey, how you doing? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10?
I'm 9.
9, okay. We have our second victim right here. Why don't you come on up? You can go with Christian.
All right, good.
Okay. So guys, you can self-organize, okay? Think of this as an AI algorithm, right? There you go. Who wants deli and pastrami? Take a number. Pastrami, of course. What's that?
Where does number 7 go?
Okay, so you're going to be early on. Find out what number.
35.
Okay, 35. It's going to go quick. Don't worry. So just come on up and self-organize. We have a line in the middle here. Okay. So what numbers you guys have?
13.
13. Okay. Who's got a number that's higher than 13? Okay. So behind here. And then who's got a number that's, what number do you have, Anthony? 15. 15. Oh. Okay. Higher than 17. This shouldn't be that complicated. What's that? 11? Okay, 11 comes over here.
So where would 4 go?
What's that? 4? Come over, go on to that side. There's no rhyme or reason to this. It's just we have 3 sets. What's that? What's that? I'm trying to get you guys to self-organize. I know. We need a good algorithm for this, Jeffrey. And while you're waiting too, you can talk to the Microsoft team if you have any questions.